All right, everyone. Here we go. Final review for the final review of the final review of the final review of the review final review. All right, here we go, guys. So number 1 and number 2 are going to be the same. So we have to put this thing again in quadratic formula, and we're going to use negative b over 2a. So we're going to do negative b over 2a, which is going to be negative 8 over 2 times negative 1, which is going to give us negative 4. And then we're going to get negative 4 squared minus 8 times negative 4 minus 12. This is going to be negative 16 plus 32 minus 12. That's going to be 20, and this is going to equal 4. So right now we have a point at negative 4 and 4, which is, oops, drop that, which is right here. And now I just got to do my quadratic formula. So I'm going to get negative b plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times negative 1 times negative 12 all over 2 times negative 1. So let's clean this up. 8 plus or minus 64. 4 times that minus 64 minus 48. 64 minus 48 is 12? No. 64 minus 48 to 16? Is that 16? Yes, it's 16 all over negative 2. So now we get 8 plus square root of 16 is 4 divided by negative 2, and we get 8 minus 4, which is the square root of 16, divided by negative 2. 8 minus 4 is 4 divided by negative 2. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. So we got negative 2, negative 6, and I draw it. There we go. So that's how you do that one. Okay, that's number 1. Let's tackle number 2, guys. Number 2, let's see, y equals 2 times x minus 4 squared minus 1. H is equal to 4, k is equal to negative 1. And so if I graph this, on the graph that you see, I'm going to go over 4, and I'm going to go down to negative 1. It's down here. So now I'm going to do 2x minus 4 squared minus 1 equals 0. X minus 4 squared equals 1. Divide both sides by 2 gives me 1/2 x minus 4 squared. Take the square root of both sides. X minus 4 equals plus or minus the square root of 1/2, which is a really small number. So now I get x equals negative 4 plus the square root of 1/2. And then x equals negative 4 minus the square root of 1/2. That's going to be a little bit bigger than 4, and that's going to be a little bit smaller than 4, so it's really super tiny. And there's my graph. So that's how you tackle those. I'm moving through it pretty quickly today, guys, so it's not too long. Plus my air conditioner just turned off, and it's getting hot. So p squared plus 14 equals 9p. We're going to move everything to the left. P squared plus, minus 9p plus 14 equals 0. I just moved that over. So then p minus 7p minus 2p plus 14. This is a different way to do it. Can factor by grouping. I just split the 9 into 2 numbers. Take out a p. That's p squared. Take out a p, I get p minus 7. Take out a negative 2, I get p minus 7. P minus 2 times p minus 7. P equals 2, P equals 7. So zero product property, all those things we've been talking about in the last few videos. All right. So 6 equals square root of k minus 1 minus 1. Talked about making this by itself, so I got to add 1 to both sides. Gives me 7, k minus 1. I have to square both sides. That's going to give me 49. Square that, gives me k minus 1. Add it over, k equals 50. Plug in 50. 50 minus 1 is 49. Square root of 49 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. It works. That is my solution. All right, that was number 5. Oh, I missed number 6. Sorry about that. We'll just, I'm sorry, I missed number 4. Let's do number 4. A is 1, B is 5, C is 4. So then we're going to get negative B plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 4 times 1 times C. And we get all over 2 times 1, we get negative 5 plus or minus 15, that's 16, plus or minus the square root of 9 over 2, which is negative 5 plus or minus 3 over 2, which is going to be negative 5 plus 3 over 2, or negative 5 minus 3 over 2, and that's going to be negative 1 and negative 4. Those are my 2 answers for that one. All right, guys. Okay, we're rolling. This black pen is annoying me now. Starting to run out of juice. So let's see what the blue one looks like. All right, number 6. 81. 3a minus 2 to the 3a minus 2 equals 27. Okay, so this one's a little different, so we'll walk through it. I'm going to change this to the same base. 81 can be 9 times 9, which can be 3 times 3, 3 times 3. That means that's 3 to the 4th power times the quantity 3a minus squared. This one can become 9 times 3, and this becomes 3 times 3. So I end up with 3 to the 3rd power. I created my 1-to-1. Those disappear. 4 times 3a minus 2 equals 3. 12a minus 8 equals 3. Add 1. I just distributed right there, guys. Add 8 to both sides. 12a equals 11. A equals 11 over 12. All right. So remember, we got to create the same base. That's how I did it. I broke it down here, and I broke it down there, and I made the same base. And then it just becomes the exponents. All right, so we're rolling. This one is getting hot in here. My AC just shut off. Plus 6 equals 70. And then, let's see, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides because I want to get this 8 to the 7k by itself. That's 64. Oh, I can change. No, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. But I can change this and do 1-to-1, but I'm not going to because I'm just going to do the natural log of both sides. So then this becomes the natural log of 8 times 7k. The natural log of 64. Divide both sides by the natural log of 8. Those cancel. 7k equals the natural log of 64 divided by the natural log of 8 times, not times. And then I will divide both sides by 7. And k is equal to that. You put that in the calculator and you should be pretty golden. All right, guys, moving quickly. That was number 7. So number 8. Number 8, they give us a center of 14 and 15 and a radius of 3. So now this is h and this is k. So I get x minus 14 squared plus y minus 15 squared equals r squared. There's my equation. That was number 8. Number 9. We're at 10 minutes. We're rolling today. Number 9. This is number 9. Number 9, x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 9. This is going to become h is equal to 3, k is equal to negative 2, r squared equals 9, r equals negative 3. We're going to go down here to 3 and negative 2 with a radius of 3. So we're going to go out 3 on all sides and draw our circle. It should look something like that. That was number 9. All right, number 10 poses a few extra problems for us. So number 10, cosine of theta is what we're looking for. They give us this. We have 5 root 10, which is our hypotenuse because it's across from the 90. And then theta is right here. This is 15. Since it's next to theta and not the hypotenuse, it is adjacent. So I have adjacent and hypotenuse. It means I have the cosine of something is equal to 15 over 5 root 10. Let's clean this up. 5 into 15, 3 root 10. I can multiply by root 10 on top and bottom, and I get 3 root 10 over 10. All right, so theta is equal to that right there. All right, the cosine of theta is equal to that. Okay, number 11. Number 11, they want cosine again, it looks like. We got something that looks like that. We've got x. I can't read that. I think it's 75. Yeah, we'll go 75. 75, and that's 14. This is our angle here. So my hypotenuse is here. They don't give us hypotenuse again. They give us the tangent because this is going to be the adjacent. This will be the opposite, so I was mistaken. It is not that piece. So we got the tangent of what? 75 degrees equals the opposite over the adjacent. When you have this piece, I'm going to divide by this one, and I'm going to multiply by this one, so they just kind of switch spots. So x is equal to 14 divided by the tangent of 75 degrees. So, long way, I would divide this side by tangent, and this side by tangent. And at the same time, I would multiply this side by x and this side by x. So these cancel, x equals 14 over 75, or I just took them and switched spots. Okay, so that's what it equals. Plug that in your calculator, you get a decimal. All right, guys, we're rolling. This is the third time, the third review I've been going through them. So, number 12. Number 12, we got 13 here. We've got 11.9 here. We've got theta here. Across from here is the hypotenuse. Yes, yes it is. This is going to be adjacent. That means I have cosine of something is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So now I got to get theta by itself, and that's where my inverse cosines come into play. And so those cancel, so theta is equal to the inverse cosine of 11.9 over 13. You put that into your calculator, and you get an answer. All right, so here we go. All right, we're almost there. There's 2 of them. We've got negative 80 degrees going from degrees to radians. So degrees goes on the bottom, radians goes on top. That means we have negative 80 over 180 times pi. 180. That's 8 over 18. That is 4 over 9, so negative 4 over 9 pi. I divided each of these by 2. 2 into 8, 4. 2 into 18 is 9. That's my answer to number 13. Now I have pi over 4. Well, now I have pi first, so the pi moves to the bottom. We get 180. We got that. And then we get 180 degrees over 4. Now I'm looking at that going, oh man, if I divide it by 2, I get 90 over 2. If I divide that by 2, I get 45 degrees. There we go, 45 degrees. Oh, look at that. 3 more left. 15 minutes. I am rolling. Okay, here we go. So on this one, I'll just draw the circle really quick. And we're looking at something like this. So I've got 75 here. I have x plus 53 here. And I have x plus 68 out here. This angle is the same as the center angle. So this is x plus 68. This whole side is the same. So I get x equals 180 because it's a half a circle. X plus 68 plus x plus 53 plus 75 equals 180. That's 2x equals 180 minus 75 minus 68 minus 53. I just subtracted all of these at once from one side to get them over here. So 2x equals 115 minus 68 minus 53. Let's do the easier one. 2x equals, I'm going to subtract this one from this one. That's going to give me 62 minus 68. And then 2x equals negative 4. X equals negative 2. That's my answer. Not sure what the correct answer is, but again, add them all up, set them to equal to 180. This is what, 111, 121. That should be 6. Oh, that is 6. That's not 4. That's 6. That means this is 3. All right, so I got negative 3 actually. So, last two. We have this here. And they give us this angle right here, which is angle 1. Our major arc goes all the way around the backside. So we end up with arc L. You can go LJK. Works. So that was number 16. Number 16. And the last one, we have a circle. We have a chord, and then we've got something that looks like this, and we got an X, and we got a 10.7, and then we have 9.2. So this one, if this is 9.2 and we have a bisector right here, which is an angle bisector, I'm sorry, yeah, an angle bisector, perpendicular bisector, that means that this side's 9.2. So then we get a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So x squared plus 9.2 squared equals 10.7 squared. So x squared equals 10.7 squared minus 9.2 squared. And I'm just going to estimate it. This would be 11 squared, 121. So I'm going to say approximately, you guys use your calculator, I'm going to say approximately 113 minus 9's 81 and it's 0.2, so let's say approximately 90, and that's x squared. X squared approximately equals the square root of 23, which is approximately equal to 4.8-ish. So, totally a guess, estimated all of it, but that's our plan. And I am done, people. We are done.